I have figured it out. Now I was about to go like, and I was like, wait, no, that's bad romance. That's different. I was always more of a Lady Gaga guy myself, so, you know. Great, now I'm going to have that stuck in my head all con. Thank you for that. Hey, it's their fault because this is the I don't know how many times where the convention staff has been dumb enough to give me a microphone, which is universally a bad idea.
You give me the microphone.
That would be a worse idea. You know, think about it. I got like, 53 minutes to kill. We'll see how this turns out. In the meantime, hello Arizona FurCon 2024. Come on, this is the last one, guys. I knew you got more in you. Let's do this. We'll do the count of 3. It'll be great. Hello Arizona FurCon 2024. Great rehearsal, guys. On the 3rd time, we're really going to be better. For those of you that don't know me, I've introduced the Arizona FurCon a number of times before. Some people know me as Tony, some people know me as Sage, and I do hope by the end of this show, everyone here will have the chance to know me as simply their friend. I'd love to welcome you guys to our 11th year. And just kind of go over some of the things that have kind of happened in the community recently and what you guys can look forward to as far as what's going to be going on this weekend. So before I get into the news, I always like to know where we stand. How many of you, especially because this is going to be a very special year for us, how many of you have been with me since the beginning? How many of you remember me from Reg 2013? I was like, I know you need to put your hand up on it. Like, don't you pretend you haven't.
I still have the template.
I was like, yeah, I had my, I remember meeting him because he was my first super sponsor. And I was like, yes, being there at entirely whatever o'clock in the morning that was and setting up Reg and having a line really, it was so weird. I never experienced anything like that before, and I'm a little sad I don't work there now. But, such is life. They put me in charge. They gave me a microphone. Again, stupid on their part, but we're here. And then for, the other side of things. Is there anyone in here who has not been to Arizona FurCon and this is their first time around? Oh. All right, now I'm getting a little heated. Now we kind of escalate that a little bit. Well, hey, welcome, new friends. This is all new material for you. So when I use the same jokes, you guys get to be like, ha ha, he's original. And everybody here is just like, oh dear God, we're going through this again. So, for those that have been around, maybe not necessarily their first year, but, have been here before, this will feel a little bit like old hat, even though I'm wearing a new one. But we'll start with the basics. I usually start off with, hey, here's some stuff going on in the community. Obviously, thank you guys for coming out, because without you guys, a show like this wouldn't be possible. It certainly wouldn't be possible for me to be standing in front of you for the start of our 11th year. And normally when I do this whole news spiel, it's usually in regards to some other con. I usually tell you guys like, hey, insert drama here, or insert problem that we've had previously, try to be good neighbors and all that sort of thing. But, this one's gonna hit different because this is something that impacts us. if you have not been on the socials or the website in the last week, you will know that, we have announced that this is going to be, at least, as far as the current, hey, quiet you, I'm in the middle of a speech. Didn't turn off his ringer before he started. What's wrong with him? Yet I still make this mistake every time. There we go. Now we can be sentimental. But for those of you that do not know, we have announced that at least under the current ownership and the current planning, that this is going to be our last year at Arizona FurCon. And I'm not going to lie, working on programming with some of the programming bugs on the website, which really could not have come at a worse time. So for any of you who are panelists that were in emails back and forth with me and who had to go through the very old school way of putting in panels and creating a programming guide with me, thank you. This is one of those things where I never expected to need to use those skills again, like this was FurCon 1, but here we are. If you guys have not had the chance to check out the panels, we do have a couple of the printed guides that will be throughout the convention. You also can download it as a PDF off of our websites. We did have a number of scheduling issues, but even with that being said, the hard part is over. We are here, and we are going to make the best of this final year. And with that being said, now we get to start the fun. The work is over. Oh my goodness. I get to be in front of people. Now that I've gotten that out of my system, because we do have some new folks and some folks that have been here for the first time. I see a hand up.
Sorry, so is this like the last AC FurCon for all?
So here's what I know. And here's, as of right now, currently planned, everything being the way it is, this is the last AZ FurCon. Now, I do know that, Greg did put out the call on the website when we made the announcement saying, hey, if there are people within the community that do have an interest in picking up the mantle and dealing with, the ownership and all that, it may be the end of this chapter and a new chapter may form. I do not know the answer to that. But what I can tell you is, if this is the last one, one of the things I always get asked is, it's like, okay, this guy used to be in charge, but he really isn't anymore. Why do we still have him at opening ceremonies? And I will just say, back then with Trick and Mara and Rose, there were a small group of us that were, in the back of, a very particular Denny's meeting room, and it was the room where it happened. The room where we sat down and were like, we're gonna do this show. And we don't know how to run a con, we have no idea what we're doing, but we all trusted each other, we all loved each other enough to get on each other's everlast freaking nerve and take 2 years to plan this. So, again, it took 2 years to plan year one, it took 3 months to plan year two, and that was a mad scramble. I don't know what the future of this show is. But if there is one thing that I have learned about this show, just because I say, we're done. I once told Trick, we're done, handed off my equipment, got very drunk in a hotel room, and swore off this show at the end of year one. And then I showed up to run operations in year two. I don't count anything out at this point. All I say is, if this is not the last one, then I will see you later. And if this is the last one, we have the Bunny Bowl, we've got PDFC, we've got other events where furries are getting together, where FurCon paved the way. This is not the walk into the gentle goodnight. This is, hey, you know what? This may be the last Arizona FurCon, but there's always the next thing. And for that, we're gonna go ahead and definitely say, like, and again, it's the community. Like, we pulled together something, and I remember the criticisms at the beginning where it was like, look, this is gonna be a flash in the pan, this con will never survive 3 years, and so on and so forth. We thought it too. After that year one, whoo, oh no, we did not think we were gonna get there, but we got to year 2, and suddenly we're continuing. Oh man, did y'all know it was my birthday apparently? Oh, I got fucked for my snake. Oh, hey, you, stay up there. I got this. Perfect, got it in one. There is no videographic evidence that I struggled. It's fine. So yeah, that's kind of my answer to that question. It is final for now, but if there is one thing that I have learned in the years of running events, we only know in the future. We'll never know now. But I can't talk about things I do know right now. And as I said, obviously you guys are basically in our home for the next 3 days. And whenever I've invited somebody into my house, whenever I have thrown a party, I love to drag a bunch of people from different backgrounds that unfortunately have to listen to me talk for too long. And I've only ever asked one thing out of them. And again, some people have heard this spiel since, when did they put me up here, 2016. Some people, this is their very first time hearing this spiel. So if you know what I am going to ask of you, do feel free to shout it out, wave your hands, do whatever it is. And if you don't, and it's really awkward, it'll be okay because I will reiterate it. What is the one thing that I ask of every attendee who comes through my doors?
Make a friend.
That's it. I got a 1. Perfect. You nailed it. That's what I do. I ask you to make one friend. And it's funny because I've done panels about just meeting people and all that, but that is the one thing that I will ever ask of you guys to do this weekend. It's the one chance. I know a lot of people are on Telegram. I know a lot of people who just, a lot of us are busy adults with busy lives and we don't get the chance to get out very often. So yes, please, go do something with people. Whether it's one of those panels that are on the list, maybe spending some time in the game room, whether it's someone that you see at the prom tomorrow or one of our many charity events, reach out to people. If you think something's cool, tell them something's cool, because I will tell you, as a person who personally got into the fandom because he loves costuming, the number of times that I have seen somebody's I see the really cute ears over there, and I see the big ears in the back. Can you tell it's one of those things where I'm like, ooh, ears? It's just one of those things that I love color. I love, and the only color I can see right now is this, which is great. But no, that's always my thing. People are out here to be friendly and do cool stuff together. And we're all a little shy and awkward by the fact that, I can sit here and ramble forever. So, that's the one thing I will ever ask of you. Aside from the usual, be respectful, respect people's personal space, so on and so forth, blah, 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 blah. He keeps talking. So let's talk about the cool stuff. I'm gonna give you guys break from me for a couple of minutes, and I'm going to let Mara talk about our theme for this year, and if there's anything that's in my mental checklist, I will mention it afterward.
Short cord.
I know.
It's a short. That's why you're standing.
I know. I have to be. I have to be at your level. I'm like, hey, how's it going, folks?
See how it is calling me short. All right. So first of all, before we poke theme, don't forget tomorrow we have Scuff Dance Battle and the dance competition right after. And at noon we have the fursuit parade. Be there before. Was it 11:30? 11:30. Be there at 11:30 because they take the photo at 12 and then they start walking. So you need to be there before 12. So be there at 11:30. 11:30 tomorrow, a.m. All right. We'll take the picture at noon. So you have to be there before then so we can get you shoved into the fur pot.
All right.
All right. And then then Scuff Dance Battle will be a couple hours after. I think it starts at 2. And we've got the dance competition at 4:30. We've got a great thing. Tons of amazing audio that I've got to listen to. So we're going to have a great show this year. And then right after, we will be having prom. So this year's theme is Starry Night Prom. Sure you've seen the decorations and stuff. I know many of you never got to have a prom because of 2020. So we hope this will make up for it. I hope you enjoy it. Bring out all your fancy furs and stuff. It is a free event. Prom starts at 8. We will have you walking down the red carpet to go in. And we do have a prom court. We've been voting online and one in person. We have 6 members of our world court, and we want you guys to vote on it. Out at the programming desk, we'll have a little box, and we will ask you to vote. We have posters out in the hallways so you can see, and on the programming guide we have our 6 members, and I'm going to read them off in no order, just whatever order is on my phone. We have Creature, we have Kaiser, and I'm sorry if I pronounce anyone's name wrong, Maverick, Saturn, Ranger, and Shoddy. So we want you to go vote for them. Yes, cheer for them. I know I saw a picture earlier when they asked for tape for the posters, but I don't know where everyone else is.
Ranger's back there.
Oh, yay, wherever you are. So go out, vote for who you think is a representative of the community, kind, caring, responsible. Who you think would be best. We will pick 2 winners for our prom stars. We are doing gender neutral, so they are currently pre-prom stars, and winners will be the prom stars. So we will have a full thing with showing them off, walking them in, and we will announce the winners at around 9 o'clock on Saturday night so that you guys can all see. We will have music and dancing and some little giveaways for you guys too. So it is, as I said again, free event, no cover charge, no payment, no tickets, is free for everyone. Yay! So instead of having a rave dance going on, we will have prom tomorrow night.
Oh yeah!
So enjoy it. And then what was it? Don't forget tonight we've got dance raves going on, so don't forget those because those are important too. Also I'm going to give some of these out every year after the first year. We didn't do it the first year. We have what is called ear tags. We give them out. They are free. You just got to catch staff members who happen to be having a bunch of them on their lanyards or whatnot. We give them out. They are free. They have numbers on them, so they're numbered, and they have the date on them, so you know what year they came from. We are also going to be giving some so certain ones like 1, 7, 69, 42, 100, and 13 are going to be auctioned off for our charity. So if you want those special numbers, you gotta go give money to charity and win. So, but we have a bunch of other numbers and stuff. And then also, I also made some special ones for auctioning off. We've got some special numbers, some that, you know, if you had a calculator and you learned how to spell with the calculator, we have some special ones. And we have a few cute ones, you know, Skibbity toilet. And of course, everyone's favorite, moist. So we'll have you auction it off, and we do have some that I won't say because they will be in our 18 plus auction. So we've got some really special things. So for the 18 plus auction, so you should go to that too. So I'll be giving you some of these out at the end of this, and I think I'm done. We done? Okay, well then I will pass it back to Fuzzy Face and let him announce whatever we're doing announcing next.
Yay! Oh man, I get to keep the plan. That's a terrible idea. Also, I fixed my face. Thank you for noticing. In the meantime, you know, again, obviously, we do a lot of this on, you know, as a community and as a labor of love. And if there is one thing that the fur community is well known for, it's, you know, being able to give back. And that does include the fact that we, you know, sponsor a charity every year. This year's charity is the Greyhound Guild. And actually, they are taking the opportunity to come up and introduce themselves and have a lovely word with you folks. So come on over. This is Shelly, and I'll hand over the microphone so she can say a few words. It is a short word, so you probably want to talk her.
I just want to thank you guys for
A little further.
Okay, can you hear me? I've never used a microphone before. I'm not a karaoke person. So anyway, I am Shelly. I am president of the Greyhound Guild. And I want to say how overwhelmed I am by the generosity of your community and for selecting us to be the charity this year. It means a lot to us. We are a small nonprofit. And what we mostly do is we go out to the Renaissance Festival in Ren Fair gear with our dogs. So if you've ever been to the Renaissance Festival, I know some of you have, and gone into the booth and petted the dogs, that is us. And 100% of the funds that we raise go to help rehome retired racing greyhounds. So I have literature, and we have the groups that we support that are statewide, that are bringing the dogs in and getting them over here. There's the U.S. racing industry is mostly gone. There's a few tracks left, but the dogs in Australia, they're bringing them in from Australia now because their racing industry is huge, and once the dogs are done racing, they need a place to go. So we're bringing them over. So everything that you guys give, help bring the dogs in, get them spayed or neutered, make sure their dental is done, their shots are up to date, and we put them in loving homes. So with me, I've got Katniss Everdeen and Anemone here. And Katniss is 9 years old, and she's a little shy, as you can see. But the greyhounds are usually pretty calm. They're full grown when you get them. And I forgot she didn't do stairs, so we had to carry her up the little stairs to get her up here. So that was fun. But we are in the back of the vendor room. You come by and say hi. We've got a couple other dogs over there. And, you know, again, I really appreciate, it's bringing tears to my eye when I think about how much this means to our organization. And I know you guys are going to have a great con, and I look forward to meeting a bunch of you. And come on by, say hi, and I don't know, just thank you so much for all this. I really appreciate it.
And thank you for bringing the adorable fur babies for us. please go visit them in the back, so you know they can get the much needed love they deserve. Deserve. There we go. I can spit out that word. So yeah, if and again, for those of you that are new, obviously we do have 2 charity auctions that will be going throughout the weekend. There will be the Spicy charity auction that is 18 plus, and that'll be Saturday nights. In addition to that, there will be the all ages one on Sunday afternoon. We do have a couple of meet and greets scheduled for 1 o'clock. They will be both today and tomorrow, where they'll kind of get you some of the information about the greyhounds and what they do, and maybe you'll get the chance to see the puppers up close. I hope so. And then there will be a couple of photographs where they'll be taking donations, and you'll be able to get the photos with one of their cute little puppers. And you know, again, all that money goes to charity. If anybody does have any sort of donations or anything that they want to donate to the charity auction, over at the programming desk right here, we are taking those donations over the next couple of days. So, you know, feel free to drop those off if that is your inclination. And with that being said, the last announcement that I have, but it is certainly not the least, is that we do have, you know, some pretty amazing guests for this year. You know, the first one, and I'm going by the notes because I'm like, knowing me, I'm gonna mess up the wording on this, and then it's gonna be on video. I know you're trying to catch me. You're trying to catch this early. You didn't.
I did.
No, you didn't. Don't do this to me. So, you know, the first set of guests that I would like to introduce are 2 of the folks from, all right, I got it, see? I'm telling you, I'm looking at my notes. Weasels on Easels and Beans and Things. Wow, I think I actually got it. Yay! I'm getting applause from the side. I can tell I did it right. So, this is Ashada, and I'm going to say it wrong, and Beverly. Oh no! I dropped my nose! Oh. You don't think I'm a clown. I mean, first off, you're correct, but ow. Oh. I don't think this is supposed to go on my nose, is it? Don't tell me that on stage. This is a PG-13 show. I don't want to have to post security out there this early.
I'm
But yeah.
right here, leave me alone.
Well, I am going to go ahead and again hand over the microphone. You know, you feel free to take your time and introduce yourselves, but thank you for joining us.
Thank you, we're glad to be here. Hi, my name is Ashada, and this is Beverly. Hi, can you hear me now? Okay. So, hi, my name is Ashada, and this is Beverly. We're here representing Weasels, Easels, and Beans and Things. We are a cooperative studio in Portland, Oregon, and we make fursuit artwork and fursuit supplies. I started Weasels on Easels in 2012, originally painting wildlife art. I've been painting wildlife artwork for a very long time. I made my first fursuit in 2015, and I met my wonderful partner, and we forged a wonderful relationship through the furry community, and he is currently in the den sitting up our table, so if you get a chance to stop by and say hi, that's where he is. We have grown together over the many years through a lot of difficulties and challenges to reach the point that we're at. We now carry a wide variety of fursuit supplies. We make fursuit parts, occasional pre-mades, and I also sell my artwork. I met Beverly in 2019. They were another local furry up in our area in Portland. They really enjoyed getting into the furry community, but they have a hard time around fursuits because they really wanted to make them. And since we made the supplies, that kind of worked out. And now they make a line of Toonie fursuit supplies. And while Wendy can't be with us here at the con, my partner works directly with them and does all of our casting and molding and shipping for both of our businesses. That said, this is Ube here for, this is Beverly here for Beans and Things, and they can tell you a bit more about what they do. Oh, really? You gotta do more than that.
So I met this one in 2019, and making fursuits since then. It's kind of been here and there. It's more of a focus on making bases and supplies and kits and everything in between so that other people can make fursuits. So we make So over here on the pink side is what we do. And over on the purple side is what easels on eagles. Oh, thank you. And so we have a whole line of products to help make fursuits. And we also make some Toonie suits and realistic suits for us.
Thank you guys all for having us here. This is our first time ever being special guests at a con, so this is pretty big for our group. We are a team of disabled artists, and we all work really hard to be able to bring a lot of the same great artwork to the community that a lot of the other artists do. Cons have presented a lot of logistical challenges from us, from getting from point A to point B and trying to work around all of our difficulties to be able to bring our suits and our work to you guys. We have a variety of panels that we're going to be hosting this weekend, including, see how many times I can say in 5 minutes. We have a panel on fursuiting and fursuit handling for disabled individuals. We're going to be doing another panel this afternoon. Yes, that was actually this afternoon. Arctinex will be doing a panel himself to this evening, talking about world building and how to make your own culture to apply to your unique species and stories and characters. We will be doing a panel tomorrow talking about how to make rough sheets friendly for fursuits and adjusting your characters to be able to bring them to life in this wonderful three-dimensional artwork. And then if you're the crafty type, on Sunday we'll be doing a panel on making fursuit heads from foam bases. So if that's up your alley and you've got questions and you want to learn how to make your first head, we will be there for 2 whole hours going over the step-by-step process.
We'll also have demos at that panel on various stages of building these fursuits, and also a couple of finished examples there too. So lots of interesting stuff to see the work that goes into making them.
Yeah, we hope to see your panel. If you've got some time, come say hi in the dealer's den, but otherwise we'll be around. Thank you guys so much for having us here. We're really Bye everyone, thank you.
I didn't realize it was so cold in here. Anyone else need a sweater? I don't have one. I just really wanted one. So staff has told me that I need to promote another panel before I talk about our second guest. It's 2 panels. That's twice the panel you asked me for. I'm just kidding. It's actually 2 sessions. One of which is actually happening right after this panel in main events over there. I've been asked to promote fursuit games. So yeah, if you are so inclined, we have a session that, as I said, is going to be right across the way, right at 1 o'clock. And then there is the session that is going to be happening on Sunday. I think it's 11:30 to 12:30 or something like that. somewhere average. You would think that I would know the schedule like the back of my hand, considering it's been my one thing for 3 weeks, but no. 11:30, I got it right. People smarter than me looked it up. And of course, the last thing that I do want to push is that beyond, oh God, I don't have my notes. So yes, I'm just going to say our previous guest to move on with life. You're not catching me, I swear. We do have one other guest that unfortunately, is busy with the setup of their artist area, but I would also like to point you in the direction of the Neon Ward. Who also has a series of panels that'll be going on this weekend, involving certain art styles and techniques and that sort of thing. So if that is your inclination, do feel free to check them out, or go visit them in the dealer's den. With that being said, I know that Mara wants to really, get people in the direction of passing out those ear tags and doing all the fun stuff as part of it. Thank you for attending welcoming ceremonies, so you guys get to get first. But with that being said, this is the beginning of a really fun 3 days. I hope that you guys, whatever you get up to over the next 3 days, whatever, that we brought up to you or that you see in the guide, or, just whatever kind of tickles your fancy, that you guys have a good time, that you guys have a lot of fun. And as I said, at the end of the day, I only have one ask. You go make a friend.
Hope you all make it to closing ceremonies too, so we can end it on a good note.